So for the past few months, there's been all of this talk about, oh, Dee-1, calling, Dee-1 went on Sway's show on Sway in the Morning and calling out, choosing to single out different rappers. Why did you choose to single them out? Do you have an issue with them? It's like, no, I don't have an issue with these rappers.
For those of y'all who don't know what we're talking about, Dee-1 went on Sway in the Morning and called out Meek Mill, Jim Jones, Rick Ross, and said we can do better.
Jim Jones, you could do better, brother. I love you too much. I love you too much to not be honest with you. Rick Ross, you could do better, brother. Meek Mill, you could do better, brother. I love you too much not to be honest with you. Are you the face of prison reform? Are you the face of prison reform? Or are you sitting here on your new song with Ross talking about getting somebody murked and shot at the red light? Which one is it, bro? Which one is it, bro? Because I did a shoe giveaway in my city and gave out 1,300 pairs of your shoes because they said reform underneath them. And I love that you partnered with a major shoe company and you out here pushing prison reform. But now I got to sit here like, man, this man glorifying getting people killed as of a week ago. Like, what are you doing, bro? Lil Snoop really got killed. That broke your heart. You wear him around your neck. Why are you glorifying the same thing when my best friend got killed?
That's it.
That they are positioning themselves as glorifying killing for people that don't have context.
And when that happens, I'm like, I love these dudes in a genuine way. And people will say, well, if you love somebody, you wouldn't call them out or you wouldn't bring light to this. My thing has been like, no, I genuinely do, bro. In my suitcase over there, you heard me? Because I'm going to be flying out a little later. In my suitcase, I got Meek Mill shoes in there. Like, that's what I hoop in, is his Puma shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like that's in there.
Right.
Man, I could quote you so many Rick Ross.
And Meek, my guy.
Jim
That's
Jones
my guy.
songs. Yeah. Like, these are good dudes in so many ways. At this point, I'm sure everybody in the culture looks up to Rick Ross for his business acumen. Because you look at it like, man, this dude, he ain't never went diamond or nothing like that, as far as music sales, but he has built such an empire and has the boss aura about him that's admirable. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about Jim Jones and you talk about, man, this brother is loved and revered by his community, by Harlem, you know what I'm saying? And just a dude that people know, like, man, Jim Jones, he's solid. People know that. People will tell you that left and right across the industry, right? So I'm not unaware of these things at all. So when I'm saying that, it's just like, man, I could have said 50 more people, honestly. But we got this thing in the culture to where if you're speaking a truth that's uncomfortable, then the culture will try to say, oh, you're wrong for how you expressed it, or they'll try to disqualify you from what you're saying on a technicality, because deep down, the culture, and when I'm talking about the culture, I'm talking about the media, I'm talking about the fans, the culture is uncomfortable with, dang, you trying to challenge the status quo. And my thing is like, bro, we don't have to sit here and feel like we are prisoners of our persona, because I have been in the studio, Loon. I don't know if you had this experience. I've been in the studio with rappers where we talking like this, how me and you talk off the mic, and then the engineer pull a track up, and he go turn into a character in that booth, and he go kill 40 people in that verse, you heard me? And then he come back out the booth, and we get back to talking like everything normal.
Right.
But that music that he just made, when that go out there to the masses, millions of people are gonna consume that, bro. And we have been numbed and desensitized to where it's like, that ain't a problem. And if you speaking on it, you either hating on that rapper or you just a hater in general.
Right,
man.
but my thing would be in that moment, and I'll give you some pushback on that, is that you being who you are, when he comes out and exhibits that, then it's time to check it then, right? It's not time to leave the studio and then feel a way about that, right? If I see a rapper go in there and exhibit a behavior that I seem to be phony, right? If I say, damn, he just went in there, that ain't how he was just, that ain't. I tell you what I've seen, and this is a very well-known rapper that talks about killing all the time. I've seen them, every time they're around me, they're very respectful. They're never.
You don't want to say who?
I don't want to say who, because.
Why you want me to name all these rappers?
Because I don't stand on that. I know that this is entertainment. I look at these little dudes like entertainers. They not killers because I know killers. I come from this. So I know these little dudes as mascots.
So what's entertaining about glorifying killing our people?
No, it's documenting the scenarios that they've quote unquote been through or seen happen. So I'm saying that when I see a rap dude, most rappers, I don't view them and say, yo, he was like me. He was one of the guys that had something going on where he from. I tend to think that this new crop of rappers maybe, but there was a wave where I think like, I'm just looking at rappers like, no, this is entertainment. For me, in particular, I don't digest it that way, but kids don't have that discernment.
Thank you.
Right, and so I understand that. But I wanna back up and I wanna deal with some particulars because we talked about the 40 people that this rapper went in and killed in the studio. I would say, one, check that then, you being who you are. You're Dee-1. You got that voice, and people respect you.
Oh, watch this. By the way, when this happened, this is 13 years ago when I'm still local rapper Dee-1. And so, like, the confidence that I exude at this point, Loon, is because I know I'm up. You heard me? I know I'm in this game. My spot's solidified. All the success and all that. And that confidence, bro, that's something to where I recognize that when you're in a position where you don't have the leverage and you desperate for a cosign from somebody, the last thing you're going to do is be like, hey, man, why you in there lying, you know, in your raps? So,
but if you stand on principle, you won't.
Thanks for watching this clip from It's Up There podcast. To see the rest of the interview, click one of the boxes on the screen. Also join Discord and Patreon to be in our community.